This morning I found a little dead bird in my garden. Has that ever happened to you? I don't know what made him die, but I do know that wishing he would flap his wings and fly away again won't make it happen. He's in this box because my children suggested that we bury him in the garden. I think that's a fine idea. Knowing that living things are born, grow, and die makes me think and wonder about being alive. Do you think about that too sometimes? What keeps you alive anyway? Many things. You know what some of them are too. What's one thing that keeps you alive? Yes, breathing. It's absolutely necessary for you to breathe. Your cells have to have what? What is it that you breathe? Air. Yes, there's oxygen in the air that your cells must have in order to stay alive. And what part of your body do you breathe with? These? Your lungs? That's right. And how does the air get in and out of your lungs? That's right, through your nose and your mouth and your windpipe. All right, let's just take the lungs out and put them here. Now, what's something else you have to do besides breathing in order to stay alive? Eat and drink, of course. That's not hard to do. Your cells must also have food and water in order to stay alive. But you can't just take a cookie and feed it to your cells somehow. Your cells want a cookie? No, that just won't work. First, your body has to get the food ready for your cells to use. And what parts of your body help get the food ready for your cells to use? Oh, yes, so many parts. I know. You help me name them. Where's the beginning? Okay. Yes, your teeth and your tongue help break the food up so that it's in smaller pieces and you can swallow it more easily. Then it can be pushed down and into your, do you remember this organ? Into your stomach, right. Your stomach churns the food around with some juices that it makes, and then it goes to your intestines, where some more juices are added until the food is so soupy that it can leak through the walls of your intestines and into your, do you remember, into your blood. Remember, it is your blood that carries the oxygen in the food and the water to all of your cells and to every one of your major organs. Like this one, the liver, for instance. Now, what's that important organ that helps you stay alive by keeping your blood moving? You point to it. Go ahead. Your heart. That's right. This amazing muscle, your heart, helps keep you alive by keeping your blood moving. It goes on pumping day and night without stopping. Your blood not only carries food and water and oxygen to all your cells, it also carries waste materials away from your cells. It carries carbon dioxide up to your lungs to be breathed out. And your blood carries liquid wastes down to your kidneys so that it can be filtered out and sent on down to the bladder. Not all waste materials are carried by your blood, though. Some of them end up, let me show you, here at the end of your intestine. This waste is what's left from the food that couldn't be digested. But in any event, your body has to get rid of poisonous waste materials, whether it's carbon dioxide or solid or liquid waste, in order for you to stay alive. Look at these. Look, these are all important organs that keep you alive by the work that they do. Now suppose one of them wasn't working right. Suppose it couldn't do its job. Would you die? No, I don't think so. People can live with just one lung or one kidney or a damaged heart because doctors know how to use medicines and machines to keep them alive. Blind people, deaf people, people with arms and legs that don't work right can still enjoy living as long as their brain is alive. And that's the most important organ of all. None of your other body parts would work without it. Without your brain and its network of nerves and sense organs, you wouldn't be able to see or hear or smell or taste or feel anything. Without your brain, you wouldn't be able to move because it's your brain that tells your muscles when to move. Without your brain, you wouldn't be able to think. And if you couldn't think, you wouldn't know enough to do the things you have to do to keep your wonderful body machine alive and in good working condition. For instance, if you didn't think, you wouldn't eat the things your body needs. You know, the good foods that we talked about in the 4 foods groups. You wouldn't remember to brush your teeth so that they would last for a lifetime. You wouldn't think about washing your skin to keep it clean and pretty and free from germs. You might not remember to exercise every day to keep your muscles strong. You probably wouldn't care about getting enough rest or sleep so that the next day you'd be alert and happy. You wouldn't think about going to the doctor when you were sick or to go once a year for a checkup. And you wouldn't think about your safety and staying out of accidents. You might ride your bike right down the middle of a street full of cars. Now, wouldn't that be a brainless thing to do? I wonder, is that it? Is that all that keeps you alive? You having a body full of healthy parts and taking care of them, and with a boss brain to keep them all on the job? What do you think? Well, there are some things that you need to stay alive, and there are some things just as important that you need to feel alive. What are some of those things? How about your feelings? Have you ever felt so sad you could cry? Or so bored you could scream? Or so happy you could just bust? Or so mad that you could spit? Have you? Well, isn't it having feelings like these that make you feel alive? And what about that most important feeling of all, love? This may sound strange, but in order to feel alive, you need people to love you, and you need people to love. Remember that. What else helps you feel alive? Using your senses to enjoy things. Do you enjoy looking at the moon and the stars at night? Do you like to hear the sound of rain on the roof, splashing in a puddle, smelling cookies baking, cuddling a baby kitten? Things like these make you feel alive, don't they? And isn't part of being alive doing things and making things? What do you like to do? Ride bikes? Go swimming? Go sledding? Play cops and robbers? Play with dolls and stuffed animals? Things like these are all fun, aren't they? It's also exciting to make things using your own ideas. Lisa likes to make things out of scrap materials. Here's a family that she made out of old, worn bricks. Now look, here's the mother with a piece of fur for her hair. And here's the father. Look at him, he has a mussel shell for a mustache, pebbles for eyes. And here's the little girl. She has yellow yarn hair and a big, wide, smiling mouth made out of rickrack. There are lots of things around your house that you can make things out of too, right? Or maybe you like to make pictures. Lin Yi does. Here's a picture Lin Yi drew after she went to visit a lake for the first time. She used blue paper and brightly colored chalks to draw the buoys and the motorboats and the sailboats. I wonder if she had a chance to go out on one of these boats. Or maybe you like to make pictures with words. David Robinson wrote a poem about the earth. This is a poem, the kind of poem that doesn't rhyme. Why don't you read it with me, all right? We live on Earth. Earth is a planet. Trees live on Earth. Earth is our planet. It rains, it snows on Earth. The sun shines on Earth. We all like Earth. Earth is nice. David's poem is nice too. Now suppose you wrote a poem or drew a picture or made a whatchamacallit out of stones. Yours would look different from all the ones we just saw. Why is that? Because no one can write a poem, tell a story, bake a cake, make a clay pot, draw a picture, just the same way you can. Being able to do things the way that only you can do them is really a great part of being alive. Now, is there anything else that makes you feel alive? Yes, what you're doing right now, learning new things. And you're learning new things all the time. And I hope that you enjoy learning as much as I enjoy teaching all about you.
All About You is a project of the Agency for Instructional Television.